This is Peary Habits Level 3, musical lesson number 6. So you've been working on your tempo, getting it really nice and up to speed on Bouncing on My Bed. If you're ready and you've gotten all those first steps between metronome 104 and metronome 126, or even up to 138, please send me in your video as soon as you have that ready. If you're still working on it and you've gotten it up to speed, but you haven't gotten all the first steps perfectly yet, then please practice it this way. We've done this before with other fast pieces, so this should sound familiar to you if you've gone through Habits Level 2. Play it one time at your final speed. So let's say I'm really working to get it perfectly at 126. So I would play it one time at 126. 2 times, no metronome. And then 2 times with the music. Even if you're not reading the notes, you're looking at the expression. You're looking at the dynamics and focusing on the pop wrists and the drop floats. And you would do that 5 speeds below your final. So if I am working at metronome 126, then I'd move down 5 speeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 104. So 2 times at that 104. Now remember, oftentimes the medium tempo will feel harder to play, and you might hear a little more mistakes, or you'll think, oh, I just sound so much better faster. But remember, you really don't sound better faster, it's just going by faster, so we don't hear those mistakes as easily. So really work on your medium tempos. That's where you improve. So keep practicing that way until you're able to send in the video, and then I've Peary certified you on Bouncing on My Bed. Okay, so at the same time we get to go on, so if you're ready to go on, this lesson introduces a new piece called To Fly Like an Eagle. And this week we're going to learn the first line, so the first 4 measures of To Fly Like an Eagle. And here's what it sounds like. Very grand. This is a really fun piece. So let's go through the fern steps. And you'll be practicing with your fern this entire week on line 1. So the first letter in fern, F, fingers. So this has all fifths. So we're making fifths in both hands. The left hand fifth will be blocked, and then the right hand fifth is going to be broken, but our fingers in both hands are the same. And since we're playing 1s and 5s, we really don't have to worry about playing on our curves. We just play on our sides, however is comfortable. So fingers, left hand just goes 5-1, then moves up, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1. Let's go through right hand, starting on B. 5-1, 5-1, 5-1, 5-1. Fingers are pretty easy. Okay, let's next go to expression. So you might have noticed while I was playing that I really push in a lot with my wrists. Just like in chimes, if we want to get a sound that's big and round and keeps getting bigger even after we've played it, you need to follow through with your wrist. That creates a big sound. That's why we learned to be pushing up our wrist for every note on chime so that the sound would actually expand after we played. So you want to think of that wrist kind of like if you play baseball or if you've played tennis. You know, if you're swinging at a baseball and you come back like this and then you go whoosh, and you stop right here, your ball's not going to go very far, right? That's more like a bunt. It's just going to go dunk, right? Okay, same thing with when we're playing the piano. So if I sit and I play my note like this, the hammer inside the piano hits the string and then the string just kind of goes dunk. And it could sound really sharp at the beginning, but then it dies away very quickly. So we have to follow through with our wrist, just like you're going to follow through on your swing. So watch my wrists on all of them. I'm really loose and pushing. Never do I just play straight like this. It's going to be a poundy, ugly sound. Maybe you play like this. Instead, you're going to go into it. And the better piano you have, the better your sound's going to be. That's the difference between an electric piano and an acoustic piano and a piano that costs $2,000 and a piano that costs $50,000. is those higher end pianos will give you all this control over your sound. That's why you should all have the goal of buying a $50,000 piano. You'll love it. So now let's talk about your pedal. So if you played chimes back in Peary Habits Level 2, we've talked about this a little bit, and you're used to your pedal. It's just the same in To Fly Like an Eagle. So let's take a look at the pedal. When you're pedaling, you want your heel to be on the floor. You don't want to be pedaling with your heel off the floor like a tiptoe. So you put your heel on the floor, and then your foot just pivots onto the pedal. You use the ball of your foot, not your toes, because then you could slip off, okay? So as you're playing To Fly Like an Eagle, before you start, you're going to push the pedal down, and you're going to leave it down. So listen, it stays through the whole first line. Just leave it down. And we won't even take it off till we start the second line. So you're not learning this part yet. I'm just saying you don't have to worry about taking it off. You leave it down for a long time. Okay, so if you're a little person and it's hard for you to reach the pedal, you can either purchase a pedal extender, and there's some really great ones which sit up high so that your feet can rest comfortably, and they have little pedals on them that attach to the real pedals. And we'll put a link to some pedal extensions that are really great that you might want to purchase. If not, if you don't purchase a pedal extender, just make sure that you move your bench all the way back so that you're really sitting on the edge. It will be like almost you're standing up. You just want to make sure, so let's say the keyboard's here for me, then I would put my bench all the way up here, and I'm kind of standing up. I'm not going to be sitting back, how a lot of you sit right now, sitting back like this. You're not going to be doing that because you won't reach the pedal. So just scoot all the way up and reach that pedal just for Eagle. If you have a really hard time with the pedal, maybe don't play it with the pedal every time, just so that you don't get a bad position as you're playing. Okay, let's talk about the rhythm. So the rhythm in this piece is really easy. It's just keeps right on the beat. So left hand holds and then right hand comes in with all quarter notes. So let's count it. 3 beats. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, this last part is the hardest part of line 1. You will want to just practice starting here and getting to here. This shift is hard. And rhythmically, you might want to pause. Okay? So let's say that's hard for you to get those notes right. When you're practicing your rhythm step, just get the notes wrong, just so you're used to moving. So if I can't get those notes, that's okay. When I'm practicing rhythm, I'm just going to get used to getting there in time. Now, when you practice your notes, I want you to take as long as you need to get the notes right. Find them, feel them, make sure they're right, and then play. So there's a big difference between how you're practicing your rhythm and your notes for this piece. That part is tricky. By the end of the week, you'll be able to get it if you practice like I just said. So let's go through your notes. You're starting on C and G in the left hand, and it stays that way. Next, C and G. Up to the next C and G, and here's that funny shift. So here's where you are, and you skip 1, and you go to E and B. So it's moving from here, up a third, both fingers to E and B. Let's look at your right hand notes. They go B, E, up to the next B and E. B, E, next B and E. B, E, and now this shift. Again, it's shifting up a third, so you move it up once, move it up twice, boom. Up to G and D. So we go from B, E, to D, G. Okay, so 2. All right, so that's line 1. Get to work on Eagle. You are going to love playing this piece, and I look forward to hearing you on musical lesson number 7.